Okay, this video is my response to Bowlmore AMF's recent transformation of the ever-important Brunswick Zone Carolier Lanes in North Brunswick, New Jersey, into Bolero, North Brunswick. I, for one, as well as many bowling enthusiasts, totally disagree with this. And because I feel, call me a traditionalist, call me a purist, call me whatever you want, but I just feel that, you know, it's not in the best interest of the game, especially with the professionals, of the Brunswick Carolier Zone lanes in New Jersey, where the Johnny Petraglia Open and the U.S. Open and all those tournaments, the major tournaments, had been held up until recently. And it's having a very bad effect on the PBA because now rumor has it that they're pretty much kicking the PBA and competitive bowling to the curve. Unacceptable. And I'm just going to read you here a few reviews from their of other dissatisfied bowlers. Here's one. Place is getting worse and worse. You pay money to be in a league and they don't care because they got your money. Our light goes out on the lane and we were told no spare light bulbs, so we have to bowl with a bulb out on one lane. Suggest to grab one from upstairs since it's being redone, and we were told no. Finally, later on in the night, a miracle happens and they replace the bulb, which went on and off throughout the night. Not to mention the new scoring system they have, which is the worst thing in the world. I'm assuming it's the new cubicle AMF thing, and if this is the same system I'm thinking of, East Windsor has it too, and what's weird about it is it doesn't add up certain things. It's like the traditional computers do. It's kind of weird. It says that it doesn't add any of your strikes until you leave 9 pins or less. How can you bowl in a competitive league like that? Now, if this is something that is just temporary until they get it up and running, then advise us and let us know. This was from September the 29th. Then another one from the 29th. Okay, here's the second comment. Trying to polish a turd is what this is all about. Put nice new equipment in a building and paint the walls, but then hire the most incompetent people imaginable to work the place. Management must not care about how anything is run. All they do is raise prices to make up lack of visitors for the center. If you can believe this, some food and drink prices are cheaper at MetLife Stadium, and that place is grossly overpriced. The bowling industry has taken a turn for the worse the past 10 years, and this place is a testament as to why. Enjoy remembering what this place used to be, and used to represent, because it is a far cry from that now. Also from 929. And yeah, I kind of see what they mean, because case in point, when you're on Brunswick Bowling's website where you get the coupons for the specially priced games, it used to be that when Brunswick had it, and then shortly into the time AMF Bowlmore took it over, you would get $1.69 a game coupons, and you could bowl one get one free or something like that. Whereas in recent months, I haven't been seeing that. They haven't been offering that. All it is, and the prices of a game without the coupons is quite exorbitant. All it advertises is for food or other, trivial things. Well, trivial to me anyway, but yeah, way to ruin what was one of the best alleys in the area. I hear you. I walked out. There is no way I would pay $97 to go bowling. Da-da-da-da-da. And then she ran into a friend and says, she said new owners took over and they raised prices. They want to get rid of leagues because they don't make enough money off of them. April Fool's Day 16. Gee, I wonder why. Bowlers have bowled there for years and now you're pushing them out. Okay. Here's one from the July 23rd of last year. Overheard an employee said she will book corporate parties even if it means canceling a league. Years ago, that kind of thing would have been unheard of. So I made a phone call to inquire, and she's like, well, if you make a thing, if you plan an event, will it mess up our league? She said, yes! I was shocked and said, you would actually do that? Uh-huh, parties are the number one priority. I did not want... Perhaps bowling in a league is a dead activity after all, as I did not want to believe. In fact, my league is coming this Tuesday, is canceled for, guess what? A party! Surprise, surprise! And now, Eugene Binney took away senior rates, now limited practice time, October 2016. Yeah, that's definitely a valid concern, because that's another reason why they're pushing away, out with the old and with the new. Well, you can't just kick seniors and other long-time participants of the game to the curb like that. You just can't do it. Now, here's my response. Eugene Binney, I feel your pain. Senior rates are just one of the numerous casualties of the recent transformation. Bowmore AMF, shame on you for absolutely desecrating bowling's cathedral. That's exactly what it is, with 82 lanes and with countless PBA tourneys there throughout the 90s and 2000s. Ever since Showboat, which is 106 lanes in Las Vegas, shut its doors a decade ago as a PBA tour stop, that leaves Carolier as the next largest and prestigious stop. This is a bowling alley with a long-standing reputation of highly respected professional bowlers, like John Petraglia, Parker Bone, and whoever else. New Jersey natives. All Bowmore does is just toss it out the window. I can just imagine the PBA bowlers feel it's a slap in the face. I know I would. This bowling alley was just perfect the way it was. There is a reason it had 82 lanes, making it the largest premier location in New Jersey. Of course, that means nothing to Bowmore. Heck, they couldn't even leave the Brunswick label alone, which is only fitting since it's in North Brunswick. They mutilated the hours of operation, opening 2 p.m. on Tuesday and 4 p.m. on Thursday. That's the type of hours a mediocre, underused, barely staying open bowling alley, like Hamilton Lanes and Harmony Bowl in Middletown, has. Then to make it decidedly dark and divey looking, hey, I understand doing that to maybe a few smaller satellite locations, like they did to Bowmore Greenbrook, which incidentally I heard turned out to be a disaster. Under bowler's point of view, that is. Don't get me wrong, the pictures of renovations look nice, even though they have the feel of Texas Roadhouse, Chili's, or whatever type restaurants. And yes, I think such restaurants would work well at other smaller bowling alleys, but not here. What will they do next? Cut out half the lanes when the newness wears off and the crowds inevitably dwindle? That never would have happened if it was just left alone. To make matters worse, and if it was just left alone, and if it was not mismanaged by Bowmore AMF. To make matters worse, Lust is written plain as day on the side wall where Brunswick Zone was. So much for being a family-friendly and league-friendly bowling alley. That's exactly what Brunswick Zone was, and it served that purpose just nicely. But what kind of messages would Lust send to our children? Remember, children are our future, and I wouldn't dare take my kids there. I'd be much too ashamed. I'm sorry, but as a bowling enthusiast that wants to see what little integrity and tradition that's left in our once great sport preserved, I must say, you, Bowmore AMF, have really done the bowling community a great disservice. And for those of you that might wonder, well, Where the heck did he find out that Bowmore doesn't want to have tournaments there? This is the reason why I feel so passionately about this. The 11th frame. No lanes being removed yet, emphasis mine. In 2016, renovation of Brunswick's own Carol Air Company says. Now here's an update. Bowmore AMF has completed the conversion of Carol Air to Bolero, and apparently the company is no longer interested in hosting major tournaments like the US Open or Masters. I'd be really curious to know the thoughts of the professionals. The professionals that have that Carol Air lanes means something to. Past champions, Parker Bone and John Petraglia, a couple of local bowlers, and I'd even like to know the thoughts of the previous longtime owner before Brunswick took it over in '98, Lee Livingston. It's a shame that he doesn't still run it, because when he did run it, that was a time era when bowling was in its heyday. Well, Carol Air lanes, it was nice knowing you. I only had the pleasure to bowl there once, about 6 years ago. And in that one time, I played a game, and the video of it, I believe, is still on my YouTube, I think. But anyway, this is a pin that, an old pin that I received from them at the end of the game. And later I met Parker Bone, and he autographed it for me. Thank you, Parker. You're the best. You're my favorite, one of my most favorite bowlers of all time, especially men bowlers. And I also had the pleasure to meet John Petraglia as well a couple years ago at Bowling Alley in Lakewood. So this is a good keepsake for Carol Air bowling lanes, because with the way things are going now, I hate to even imagine its future, how much longer it'll be with us. So,